If someone tells his wife, if you are not more beautiful than the moon, you are divorced, the wife will not be divorced. A similar incident occurred during the time of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh. A man had just gotten married. He had a beautiful wife. He took his wife up to the roof of the house to get some fresh air at night, and that night it was the 14th night of the lunar month. What night's moon was it? The 14th night's moon. He sat on the roof with his wife, and when the light of the 14th moon fell on his wife's face, it shone even brighter. Suddenly, in a moment of passion, the husband said to his wife, if you are not more beautiful than the moon, you are divorced. After hearing this, his wife got up and left, saying, don't come near me again. With what you have said, I am now divorced. He said, alas, what have I done? What was I trying to say, and what happened? Now I have lost my wife. What happened? He then went to some of the local religious scholars, Huzurs. He said, Huzur, I have said this to my wife. What will happen now? The village scholar said, couldn't you find anything else to say? Why did you say such a thing? Your wife is gone. Oh, my anxiety, what have I done? What have I done? Alas, he was constantly worried. One day, he was walking down the road and met a friend. The friend asked, hey, why do you look so down? Why are you so worried? He replied, don't even ask. I found a beautiful wife only to lose her. Why? I don't know what came over me. I said something I shouldn't have, and now they say my wife is divorced. That person said, right now, the greatest scholar, the greatest Imam of this era is Imam Azam Abu Hanifa, rahmatullah alayh. Go to him. He might be able to give you a solution to your problem. With a heart full of hope, that person went to the court of Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh. He went and said, Huzur, I am in great distress. Why? What happened? Huzur, I got married. I was blessed with a beautiful wife. Now my wife is divorced. Why? I told my wife, if you are not more beautiful than the moon, you are divorced. Now I have asked the village scholars, and everyone says my wife is divorced. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh said, no problem. Go and live with your wife. Your wife is not divorced. That person was so happy. It was as if he had been given the heavens. He went home and told his wife, you are not divorced. Our marriage will continue. They started living as husband and wife again. This news spread throughout the community. Now the community members are saying, oust this man from the society, oust him from the society. Isn't there a saying in society, if he lives with the divorced wife, kick him out? Now they say, since you have divorced your wife, you will not be allowed to live in our society with the divorced woman. He said, but my wife is not divorced. What do you mean not divorced? Who told you that? The greatest Huzur told me. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa said she is not divorced. Those village scholars went to Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh and said, Huzur, this man said this to his wife, and for that reason we said she is divorced. But you have apparently said she is not divorced. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh replied, I did not say it. Allah has said she is not divorced. I have only relayed that message. So, where has Allah the Almighty said this? لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. Indeed, we have created man in the best of stature. Allah the Almighty has created humans in the most beautiful form. Among all creatures, humans are the most beautiful. And among all creatures are the moon and the sun. Allah the Almighty has already said there that humans are more beautiful than the moon and the sun. Now they said, oh, we did not notice that, alas. This is why deep knowledge is necessary. That is why it is said that acquiring religious knowledge is obligatory for everyone. It is necessary to have an experienced scholar in the area. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh was the most experienced person of that era. And Allah the Almighty had given Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh such ability that upon seeing anything, he could understand its intended meaning. One day, a woman took an apple. An apple is white inside and red on the outside, light red. There are also apples that are partly red and partly white. She cut an apple into two halves, placed it on a plate, and sent it to the Huzur. She said nothing. The Huzur's attendant took the apple and placed it before him. He thought maybe it was sent for the Huzur to eat as a snack. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh looked at the apple. Looking at the apple, he said, go give this apple back to the woman and tell her this is haiz. What is it? Haiz, menstruation.
monthly period. The attendant returned the apple to that girl. Upon hearing the message, the girl took the apple and left. The attendant said, I couldn't make heads or tails of this. I thought it was for the Huzur to eat, but the Huzur returned the apple and that girl took it and left after being told, this is hais. What is it? He came back and said, Huzur, I did not understand what was said here, nor did I understand what happened there. What kind of mediation did I do? Huzur, he was a fit, a world. Same why Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh said, this girl is a modest girl, shy. She needed to know a religious ruling, masala. Out of shyness, she could not ask the question directly. That is why she cut an apple and asked me a question. She asked me a question through the apple. This apple, which is partly red and partly white, if a woman sees blood of this color, will it be considered menstruation, hais or not? This is the question she asked me. That is why I replied, yes, this is hais. If blood of this color appears, it is hais. This is the answer I gave. Whose brain would grasp this? Tell me. Whose brain would grasp it? How pious, Mutaqi was Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh. Piety, the fear of Allah, how much did he have? For 7 consecutive years, he did not eat goat meat. A goat was stolen in the city of Kufa. The goat was searched for extensively but was not found. Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh asked a butcher, how long does a goat live? How long does it survive? The butcher said, a goat can live for a maximum of 6 years, after which it dies. From the day the goat was stolen, he did not eat goat meat for 7 years. If I eat goat meat bought from the market, what if it is that stolen goat? Or the meat of the stolen goat will enter my stomach. Fearing this, he did not eat goat meat. What is the fear of Allah? As great an Imam as Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh was, he was an equally great businessman. He traded in cloth, wholesale business. What kind of business? Like in our country, a small business? No, Imam Azam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh's cloth business was so large that he had 300 managers just for accounting. If you have to keep 300 managers, how big is the business? Such a great Imam. He was solving the problems of Muslims, and on the other hand, he was running a business. He would go to the shops to check, to supervise, to see if everything was in order. In one shop, there was a piece of cloth. It had a small hole. He told the employee, there is a mark on this cloth, a hole. If anyone wants to take this cloth, sell it at a lower price and show them that there is a hole in this cloth. If they want to take it, the price will be this much lower. When Imam Azam came to the shop, he would check on that cloth and see that it was still there. One day he came and saw the cloth was gone. Where is their cloth? Oh Huzur, I have sold it. You have sold it? Did you tell the customer about the hole in the cloth? Inna lillah Huzur, I forgot to tell them, I don't remember. Imam Azam said to the employee, alas, you have finished me, you have destroyed me. Tell me, what did that person look like? What was his appearance like? His beard, his head, his face? What were his clothes like? How long ago did he take it? He asked all this, took the money from the sale, and then he wandered around searching for a man with that appearance. Imam Azam himself wandered around searching for the person who bought the cloth. Now the appearance the employee described matched a certain man. He went to him. Did you buy a piece of cloth from a shop in the city of Kufa today? He said, yes. Is the cloth with you? He said, yes. Please show me. He took out the cloth. He saw it was the same one. Then he said, this cloth that you took has a flaw, a hole. My employee forgot to tell you about it. If you keep the cloth, you will get this much money back. And if you don't want to take the cloth, you can return it and get all your money back. That person just stared at Imam Azam. Do people like this still exist in the world? We try to hide a hole by folding it inside and selling it. Then we write, sold goods cannot be returned. Imam Azam's piety.
But regarding this Imam Azam Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, a group has emerged in our country that says it is not permissible to follow an imam. There is no need to follow an imam. You don't have to follow an imam. You don't have to follow a mazhab. They so-called call themselves alayh, my brothers. I am addressing the young brothers, the educated brothers. The group that now exists under the name alayh is the biggest troublemaker. They are destroying the Muslim youth. They are destroying their faith and creed, iman akidah. But what do they say?
Bukhari Sharif, Muslim Sharif. Bukhari Sharif, Muslim Sharif. It is in Bukhari, it is in Muslim. Today, our youth who study in schools, colleges and universities, sometimes those who are a bit religious are approached by them. See, it is like this in Bukhari Sharif. Then the youths also think, oh, it is true, the hadith is from Bukhari Sharif. So why don't our scholars tell us this? Pay close attention. Tell me if they have found such a hadith. Suppose you have a piece of gold to verify whether this gold is 21 carat or 22 carat, whether it is pure or adulterated. Where will you go? To the grocery shop, to the firewood shop or to the jewelry shop? You have to go to the jewelry shop to verify if it is 21 carat or 22 carat, pure or adulterated. Taking it to a firewood shop will not work. You have found a hadith, that's good. But is it an authentic Sahih hadith or a weak Daif hadith? What is the level of the hadith? Who will know about these things? Those who are hadith experts, who research hadith. Those who have been reading, teaching and translating Bukhari for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. They don't understand Bukhari Sharif. And these people go online and suddenly understand Bukhari Sharif. A great deception. Maintain relationships with righteous ulama. Otherwise, they will lead you astray. You won't find your way. This say about a person like Imam Azam Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, that he supposedly knew only 4 hadiths. Yet, who was Imam Azam Abu Hanifa? There is a mention of him in the hadith. And Imam Azam Abu Hanifa, may Allah have mercy on him, was a tabi'i, a successor of the companions of the Prophet. He met 5 Sahaba. Such a great personality. Anyway, the point I was making, are we actually monkeys? Are we actually monkeys? No. No, are we humans? Humans. So why do humans like to be monkeys? If anyone wants to destroy a nation, they have to destroy 3 of their things. The nation whose 3 things can be destroyed, destroying that nation becomes very easy. Number 1 is to weaken their institution of marriage, to destroy the institution of marriage. Number 2, to destroy their education system. Number 3, to destroy their culture. Today in our country, the non-believers, the Jews and Christians are working on these 3 things. They are destroying the institution of marriage. Is divorce increasing or decreasing now compared to before? It's increasing. There is a long discussion on each of these, but I don't have time. My time is almost up. Secondly, education. They have fully infiltrated the education system. In a country where 92 out of 100 people are Muslims, the core of that country's education syllabus is in the hands of non-believers. And atheists are working on this. If our honorable government does not pay attention to it, if it does not look into it, then the future of our Muslim children's lives will be in jeopardy. But Alhamdulillah, I have heard that the government is now paying some attention to it. They have started a new investigation. And they have said that to fix this education system, they will also include religious scholars, ulama-e kiram. Alhamdulillah. If it happens, it's good. Otherwise, our future is dark. Education. Well, tell me these little children, small children, infants. The Bengali book that is taught to young children. You all have Bengali books for young children at home, right? In the Bengali book taught to these young children, there are stories and poems about wives. Poems about what? Wife. Many poems about wives. Now, what is the point of teaching these young children poems about wives? What will they understand about a wife? What is written in the history of class 6 and 7 of the year 2023? 2023. Look at the class 6 and 7 Bengali and history books. What is there? Look at science. What is there? Our self-identity. Whether we are male or female is not really our self-identity. If a boy thinks, I am a girl, then he's a girl. If a girl thinks, I am a boy, then she's a boy. Just think about it. After studying all this, will the children become believers or atheists? What kind of education is this? In the books for small children in class 8 and 9, they are being taught how a boy grows up, how a girl grows up, what are the signs of a girl maturing, which parts of her body will grow and how will a young boy become a youth, which of his organs will gradually grow, and how will he understand that he is becoming a man growing up? How will a girl understand which of her organs are growing and how? Astaghfirullah. They are making our sons and daughters shameless. They are destroying their modesty and shame. And co-education is already ongoing anyway, which is destroying everything. If a young boy and a young girl sit side by side and study, you have placed a pot of ghee next to a fire. Next to the fire, a pot of ghee. Now you preach to the ghee, "Oh ghee, do not melt. Oh ghee, do not melt. Oh ghee, do not melt." Even with 1,000 sermons will it work? You are getting into the water. You are preaching to the water. "Oh water, do not get wet. Oh water, do not get wet." If you get into the water, you will get wet. Boys and girls will mix. Cohabitation will inevitably occur between them. Morals will inevitably be corrupted. What is the use of preaching about the parda there? And if they are also taught all these things, making them shameless, we have a saying here, an old naked woman on top of that is beating a drum for Hajj. What is happening? Where are we headed? So, first, they are destroying marital relationships. Second, they are destroying our education syllabus. Third, they are destroying our culture. Under the name of culture, it's a perversion of culture. We consider the perverted culture of non-believers as our culture. We consider their barbarism as our civilization. We consider their bad culture as our culture. Look, the way we are raising children from a young age, how will these children become religious? Tell me. In the homes of religious people, there are beards, there are caps. The person is a practicing Muslim. Even in such homes, they now celebrate the birthdays of small children. You probably don't have that here. You have. What is the meaning of celebrating a birthday? Birthday means day of birth. I say birth anniversary. The child will go this year and will come again next year. This is a birthday. Tell me the child whose birthday is being celebrated. What is the method? A Christian style cone hat is placed on the child's head. Right? A cake is prepared for him. And how big is the cake? The weight of the cake is the same as the child's age. A few years ago, a leader in our country celebrated his birthday with a 69 kg cake because he had just turned 69. That's why he celebrated his birthday with a 69 kg cake. The cake is decorated. Many things are written on the cake, happy birthday and what not. Then a tall palm tree like candle is lit there. A knife is taken in hand. Everyone gathers around and sings happy birthday and many other things. And then with one blow, what is cut? What is cut? I am saying this to make you understand. Tell me, after the child's birth, I celebrated his birthday every year. I put a Christian style hat on his head. What am I putting into this child's memory? And how will my child become religious in the future? How will he become religious? What is the relationship between birthday and cutting a cake? What is the relationship between birthday and blowing out a candle? I don't understand. But I do understand one thing. Why do they make it a little dark by blowing out the candle? The room where I was born from my mother's womb is a bit dark. Not too much light is lit. That's why the candle is blown out to remember the dark room. And at the time of birth, perhaps the mother had some cuts and tears in various places. Is the cake cut to remember the mother's cuts and tears? If the dark room is remembered by blowing out the candle, and if the mother's cuts are remembered by cutting the cake, then instead of being called a birthday, it should have been called delivery day. Then it would be logical. Oh my dear friends. Now you see even religious people. One day, I went to a gathering mahafil somewhere. An old man with a beard on his face, a cap on his head. I went to his house to eat and saw on one side a piece of styrofoam written Happy Birthday. Later I asked the old man, "Uncle, what is this?" He said, "Huzur, a few days ago was my grandson's birthday." He was telling me this very happily. I saw he was speaking with a lot of emotion, so I listened to his emotional words. Let him finish speaking. He spoke for a long time. How they celebrated the birthday, who came, what happened, and what not, he was telling everything. Afterwards, I told him, "Look, where did this birthday come from? What is the connection between birthdays and Muslims? This birthday came from the Christians. The path we follow for our children. How will these children become religious?" The old man later said, "Huzur, we have never heard these things before, nor have we ever paid attention to them. But we are doing it constantly. Inshallah, in the future, none of us will ever celebrate the birthday of our children or grandchildren. Is that okay? Inshallah, none of us will do it in our homes. Who is willing? Please raise your hands. May Allah accept us all.